Hi everyone, Melissa here, and I'm so happy to be back with you again on the Cocoa Vanilla Studio YouTube channel. So I'm making another layout with Sunkissed. It's my fourth layout, but my second one for Cocoa Vanilla, and I decided that I felt like fussy cutting, so I fussy cut almost all of the florals from the paper that has them. I can't remember the name of it, but I will link it below, or I'll name it below. And then I'm scrapping a couple of photos from our beach holiday in January, which is our summer here in New Zealand. We went to Riverton Beach, which is about 2.5 hours from home at the bottom of the South Island of New Zealand. And we stayed in the tiniest little beach house. We call them a batch in the North Island, where I'm from, or they call them a crib in the South Island. But anyway, it was one bedroom, or one little room that had been built onto. So it was tiny for our family of 6, but it was fine. We made the most of it. And to be honest, we weren't sort of in the house that much. We were at the beach. So I am using that beautiful cloud paper. And then I've got a couple of distress oxides. I'm really into these at the moment. I've got mowed lawn and broken china, and they activated with water. So I've just stamped them onto some packaging, or it's actually a pocket page that I've cut down, and then I've just done the packaging technique, used my brush to mix them up a bit, and then just smushed them onto the paper. So I've set that aside to dry because I'm lazy. I didn't use gesso, and I don't think you always have to use gesso if you're not planning on doing many layers anyway. And so I'm letting it dry naturally. I did dab it a bit with a paper towel, and while I'm doing that, I'm building the paper layers on my background. So I've got that cloud paper, I've torn the edge of it, and then I've torn the edge of that beautiful blue and green ombre paper, and just gluing it down, and I'll trim off this little excess piece, and then I will machine stitch it onto my paper when it's dry. So I just use my mat. It's got the 12 by 12 marked out around the edge, and so when I'm waiting for things to dry, I can just keep working on them. So I've gone through the A5 paper stack and pulled a couple of pieces of paper that I think will work well. This pattern that I just used, like a blue animal print, is only available in that stack, so you are going to want to get that if you want everything. And then just trying to work out, I want another blue piece, and I've gone with the daisy. I didn't want to use that same ombre blue and green because I've already used it. So just trimming it quite close to my photos, just providing a couple of mats. I just need some separation between the paper layers and my background. So distressing the edges lightly, and then I'm wanting to pop up one of these photos, so the one that shows the house without all the trees around it. So the first photo I took coming down this pathway, and this house is set in some native bush, and so I wanted to capture that. And then the other photo is just in front of the little house. So now I'm using some cardstock. It's Recollections brand, and I've never used it before, but I couldn't get the normal American Crafts brand that I normally get from my Spotlight, so I've just had to use what they had. And it must be slightly over 12 by 12, so I just have to trim off the edge. And there you can see my Distress Oxides have dried, and they just look so beautiful. I'm so happy. Thank you, Sue Plum, for using Distress Oxides so often that I had to get some as well. So I'm going to build my supply, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So I've added some craft foam onto my second photo just to pop it up, and the other reason I did that is because I want to tuck and layer over the top as many of these florals as I can. So I've got the bigger clusters, and then I also like to cut the florals that are on the edge of the paper because they have a straight edge and they work quite well on the edges of paper or just tucked under elements. So what I love about these florals is because this is a summer collection, kind of a beach themed collection, they have some leaves that are kind of tropical looking, and I like the mix of them. So this is definitely a lush, vibrant collection. I just love the colours in it, and I've decided to scrap our entire holiday in 12 by 12 format with this collection exclusively, and then I'll just put them into an album, and it will be our Riverton holiday album. So it's not like me to do that with a 12 by 12 collection. Often I'll mix it up and scrap various different things, or I will scrap a holiday either as a mini or as a, I don't even think I've done a full 12 by 12 holiday album before, but normally I would mix it up and use a lot of different products and other kits and other collections. But for this one, I just want to exclusively use Sunkissed. And I think what I'm going to do at the end, and I will share it here on Cocoa Vanilla as well, is do a walkthrough of my finished album. So that may not happen for a few months because I'm not just scrapping this. I jump all over the show and I don't scrap chronologically. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see what I mean. There's a lot of different things I'm scrapping. But my intention is that I will definitely share this entire album once I'm done. So I think I've done 4 layouts, and I've got several more to go. We were only there for 5 nights, but it was amazing. And, you know, with 4 kids, there are a lot of photos to scrap. So it was important to me that I scrap where we stayed, and I took these photos intentionally because I can sometimes forget to take photos of where we stay or even inside where we stay. So I've put that little cluster at the bottom there, and like I said, I like to cut flowers off the edge of the page because they have a natural straight line. I still need to trim the excess off, but it just makes it easier. And now I'm just going through some of the embellishments. I've got the die cut ephemera. Now, because the florals are basically a colour explosion, I don't want to go too full on. I do not want to overpower these photos and take away from them. So I just want a few things to help tell the story. And because there's a lot of colour in this collection, I don't want to overdo it as well. So that sun I definitely have to add because it was the most amazing week of sun ever. It's just not like Riverton to be so hot and sunny. And I wanted to add a rainbow. Not that the rainbow happened, but I just think it's cute. This rainbow won't stay. It's too big, but that was the idea of where I wanted to put it. So I found a puffy sticker rainbow instead, which is a lot more subtle and more to scale, I think. Although you could say that the flowers are way too big compared to a rainbow, but it doesn't matter. I like the way it looks. And then I've got this banner and it says our vacation. And yes, I know we don't say vacation here in the Southern Hemisphere, but it doesn't matter. Oh, it says on vacation. It does not matter to me. Everybody knows that a vacation is a holiday, and I just think it looks so cute on that little photo. And I've also got this die cut banner piece that says our summer. Flag piece actually, and I love that as well. So I love the way it looks just going off the edge of the photo. And I've added a little puffy heart on top of it as well. Not sure what I'm doing here. Probably should have cut this out. Anyway, I've got these buttons, wood buttons that have enamel on them, and I think that one says stay cool or something like that, keep cool. And then just adding some more puffy hearts, and then I just wanted a couple of phrase stickers, mostly because they are white with black lettering on them, and they are more plain compared to all the other embellishments, so I just wanted to add them. So I've added a couple. One says quality time, the other one, I don't know, I can't remember. I can't see it in this screen that I have here, but you'll see it in the final shot. And then of course I just have to use a title from these beautiful foam gold glittery stickers. You need to pop the middle of the A's out. I didn't realise that until I got to the second A and it came out. I just wanted to do that because otherwise it kind of gets lost. So I thought Getaway was the perfect title for this little page, or not little page, for these photos. And just adding my journaling, and I love how it all looks over the top of those distress oxides. Just explaining probably that it was a little house. And I'll talk more about it, the Airbnb, when I scrap a photo from inside the house. So yeah, that is my final layout, and my final step is to add some Hidey Swap Colour Shine in black, just in a few places. Did I do it on camera? Yeah. So I just put a paper towel down over my photo or over elements that I don't want to get any of the dots on. I didn't want it on the sun. In fact, I trusted myself here and didn't even cover up my photo. So just very subtle splatters. If I wanted bigger splatters, I would do it with a paintbrush. And then I'm adding, and I think I may do it off camera too, is a lot more dimension behind the leaves and flowers to lift them up. And that's my final layout. I just love how this one turned out. I love this collection so much, I just can't stress that. I love all Cocoa Vanilla. Studio collections, and I'm just really enjoying working with this one to get our summer scraps. So yep, thank you so much for watching. If you want to read more about what I did and see my photos, go on over to the blog post, which is linked below as well. Take care everyone, and keep posting your lovely layouts in the Coco Vanilla Studio Facebook group. Thanks guys.